I'm sure Chicago Bulls find themselves down to the Detroit Pistons in this game. And yeah, a lot of the same issues with the Chicago Bulls. They're shooting the ball a little bit better than last night. They're shooting it at 40%, but they're allowing the Detroit Pistons to shoot the ball at 62% overall from the field. And right now they're shooting also 50% from three-point range, whereas the Bulls are shooting 28% from three-point range. Listen, the thing that I noticed, and Stacey King also pointed this out during the game, the thing that really is holding the Chicago Bulls offense back the most, it isn't Vooch, it isn't DeMar, it isn't Zach, it isn't, not having a half court run the offense point guard. It's the fact that these players do not move off the ball. That is the biggest issue right now for the Chicago Bulls offense. They do not move without the ball. When you notice every other team in the NBA, right? They create easy buckets and easy points, easy opportunities because they operate and move off the ball. The Bulls don't create those easy buckets, so everything is more difficult for the Chicago Bulls. That is the biggest thing holding this team's offense back right now is the lack of movement without the ball. It's the biggest thing. That's it. Like it makes the offense so much harder. So much harder. And so when you operate, and that goes back, like I said, it's not all on coaching, but that goes back in large part to coaching. Because listen, how do you have a team that does not move without the ball? The only players that consistently move without the ball are Alex Caruso and Torrey Craig. That's it. Everybody else, when they don't have the ball, even Zach sometimes just stands there and watches. And it's like, I'm glad you guys got the best seats in the goddamn stadium, but that does not win you basketball games. And so when you don't move without the ball, when you also aren't necessarily shooting the ball well, what is stopping the defense from setting in on you? And that's where the Chicago Bulls find difficulty. That is why when they go on these scoring droughts, they stay in them for so long, because you're not shooting the ball well from either perimeter or in the mid-range. You're not moving without the ball. You're not and you're not getting to the free throw line, right? Even if the team does pack it in, you're not forcing any type of free throws or fouls consistently to get to the free throw line. That is what is hurting this Bulls offense the most. And until we have a coach that drills home the point of moving without the ball, the Bulls are always going to have the most difficulty scoring in the NBA, right? This is why they can't be an efficient offense, because you don't operate off the ball. Go back and look for the rest of the game. Look at how the Detroit Pistons, which aren't an amazing basketball team by any stretch of the imagination, but their offense is so much more fluid because their young guys in general are moving without the basketball. That creates lanes, that creates easy buckets, that creates even space out there for your shooters. When you don't move without the basketball in the modern NBA with the size and length you have all over the court, you're doomed. And that's what we're seeing from the Chicago Bulls. That is what we're seeing from the Chicago Bulls. And it hurts. How about them Chicago Bulls with so much sarcasm in my text? That's funny. Jay Lee says, we got to stop with these effing scoring droughts. Well, again, it's hard to stop that. I saw Torrey Craig ISO and everyone else is watching LOL. Yo, this is mad. That wasn't even an isolation. So let's be clear here, right? That wasn't an isolation. That was literally, it was late in the shot clock and nobody was moving without the ball. And Torrey Craig said, hell, I got to do something, right? Nobody else did anything. That is a big problem with this game. Big problem with this game. For a game like this, I think we should put some of the fresh legs. No, it has nothing to do with the fresh legs. I get what you're saying in that, and I understand why you would say that. But for example, has played a lot in this game so far. He's somebody who didn't play a lot of minutes in last game. Hell, Patrick Williams played 13 minutes. You got fresh legs out there. They ain't doing shit. Patrick Williams has played 12 minutes and 54 seconds. Patrick Williams played right under 14 minutes all of last game. He's played more this first half than almost what he played the whole last game. Fresh legs be goddamned. It ain't doing shit because you're not moving without the ball. You're not moving out the ball. We had a player in Zach LaVine that scored 19 points out of what we scored like 24 in the first quarter. That's crazy. First quarter, the Bulls scored 26 points. 19 of those came from Zach LaVine. Only 7 points came from somebody else other than Zach LaVine, and 5 came from Vooch. Only 3 players scored in the first quarter of the game. That's disgusting. Disgusting. And I see people saying Vooch, saying P. Will. It's more than just that. This is trash. This is trash-ass offense, trash-ass defense. And so when you do that, what the fuck do you expect? Right? No off-ball movement. None. That's unacceptable. In the modern day NBA, that is unacceptable. There's no excuse for that. This ain't even 2005 offense, Dan. It's not even 2005 offense. 2005 offense, guess what? People still move without the ball. You know what? The Kirkheimer, Luol Deng, Ben Gordon, Ben Wallace, Tyrus Thomas, goddamn. Another wasted fourth overall pick. Remember, Tyrus Thomas was fourth overall pick. You know what they did? They moved without the fucking ball. Ben Gordon was always moving. Always moving. Luol Deng was always moving, right? Andres Nocioni was always moving or setting screens. These players are like, we must have the lowest basketball IQ team collectively in the goddamn NBA. We got some talent, but Lord knows you're not even doing the fucking fundamentals out there, bro. It's bad. It's bad, man. This is crazy. It's crazy, man. Spicy Butter says, "Little bro, didn't I tell you Billy D left the hot hand on the bench way too long, and when someone hot, he pulls them." Well, I understand kind of with Zach, only because Zach is dealing with the back issue, so I understand that a little bit with when it comes to Zach. But it's just bad, bro. It's bad. They make shit so much harder for themselves. No move. It's so much like seriously. It makes it so much harder on your team when you aren't moving without the ball. It's crazy. Like, seriously, you could sit there and make a goddamn grilled cheese sandwich with as long as some of these players are just watching. And then when they get the ball, it's almost like a hesitation. Like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Shout out to Io as well. I'll give Io his credit. He is moving without the ball, not always being the most effective, but Io's being active out there as well. But for the most part, everybody's sitting there with fucking the thumb up their ass. It's like they're trying to invite Dwight Howard into the goddamn Bulls locker room. That's what they're doing. Because ain't nobody doing shit. They just sitting there. They just sitting there. Dwight Howard is primed and ready to go for these motherfuckers because listen, it's bad. They playing like cheeks out there. It's bad. They got to get it together, man. This is some of the most disgusting basketball I've seen from a team collectively. Period. Some of the most disgusting basketball I've seen. As much as Zach gets back cut, you would think he would start to do it. Listen, I mean. It's hard for me to criticize Zach in this game. Now, he didn't score any in the second quarter, but it's hard for me to criticize in this game. It can't all be on one person. When one person scores 19 points in the quarter, guess what? The defense is going to do every goddamn thing they can to keep the ball out of that player's hands. But you know what makes it easier? When you're not moving without the goddamn ball. Seriously. It's this offense is literally it's less than somebody said 2005 earlier. This is less than 2005. Less than 2005. Amit says, "Hey, he's trying his best to get to the comments." I really just want to rant, bro. I'm pissed off. I'm sorry. I want to read your guys' comment. You guys know I always try to get through all you guys' comments, and I love you guys, and I'm glad that you guys are so interactive. I always say we have the best audience in all of YouTube, and I mean that. By the way, we are 11 subscribers away from 5,100. Can we get 11 subscribers? I know 11 of you guys got to not be subscribed. Keep in mind, just because I always pop up in your feed, it doesn't necessarily mean you're subscribed. It just means that the algorithm is doing its thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But outside of that, listen, this team is offense is fucking in the Stone Ages, bro. Like Jerry West back then, they moved without the ball. It was slow. They was moving slow as shit without the ball. But listen, they move without the ball. We got too many athletic people on this team to not operate off the ball. It's just way too much, man. Way too much. Alex Larez says, "Deer in the headlights." Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Carlos says, "Bro, you look desperately in need of a shot right now." Listen, you know what? Fuck it. I ain't got nowhere to be today. I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. Chicago Dog says, "You're my favorite YouTuber." I appreciate that, my brother. I hope to keep giving you content, man, and I hope like you keep appreciating the channel and I keep delivering content worthy of your subscription, man. Dan Miles says, "We shout out to the super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel." Says, "We need a Harlem Globetrotter movement." Listen, we need something out there, bro. And it's wild, man. I don't know if we just need Dwight Howard to stand. Like, we need to say, "Hey, whoever don't move without the ball is going over Dwight Howard's house tonight." Kitty's coming to pick y'all up right afterwards, after the game. Don't even worry about it. We got her pulling up in the team van. She's taking all of y'all over to Dwight Howard's house. Like, something needs to happen, bro. And a big part of it's coaching. A big part of it's coaching. Not all of it, but a big part of it is definitely coaching. We got Rowdy says, I just subscribed. Thank you, brother. Rowdy Bob. I appreciate that, bro. I'm on airport back to Chicago. I'm sad as fuck out here in Denver. I'm a huge labor because of the storm. Damn, that sucks, man. That sucks. Circus like, but heck, entertaining. Appreciate that. All right, y'all. Game's back on, man. Coolest JB. I got this from Mitchell and Ness. This is a Mitchell and Ness shirt. So if you want it, that's where I got it from. They got it in this and black. So there you go. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. I will be back at the post game show, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Peace, y'all.